Colombia and East Haven Makos from the US. And I think it's the first time we see the Castores now, who are one of the top teams.
It's the first game. Es el primer juego de las chicas de las Castoras. Yep, sorry, continue.
One of the top teams here in the Champions Cup with Duisburg and with Akaren, the ruling champion here. Akaren, and yes, they're one of the top teams. Let's see them play. I got a little Castores here. That's their what do you call this?
That's a beaver.
Yeah, that's a Castor. That's a Castor.
Plüschtier.
You didn't say it again, please, Lorena. Say it again for me.
You say Plüschtier. That's German.
Oh, I'm so in love with you, Lorena. You said Plüschtier.
It's like a teddy bear. It's like a teddy bear kind, but it's not a teddy bear. It's a Castor. That's sweet. It's
yeah, but you call it a symbol. What do you call it? A mascot.
The mascot. Yeah, the mascot. They're like the.
Is it mascot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a word.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a word.
Well, we have the Castores mascot here. Here. Now I see it. Castores.
Las Castoras.
And it's very. It tries to tackle me.
I think he got too much coffee. Apologize.
Attacked by Castores.
Oh,
I cannot eat by commentating. It knuspers in the microphone. But I will balance it on my head, like this. Look, I can commentate with a cookie on my head.
Cool. All right.
Nobody sees it. Nobody's interested in what. No, here. I have a cookie on my head.
This is not really day one for so much craziness. People can understand this if it's on the third day and we are like burnt
out.
No,
it's not, Lorena. It's not the first day. We did the whole World Championship for juniors. So
look at my eyes. I have like bags like nothing. It's hanging.
You're beautiful, and I love you.
I have hanging bags in the eyes.
Okay, games coming up is a female game here, and it's game number 9. So that means we have 59 games ahead of us in the next 2.5 days here in Berlin at the 30th Champion Cup of the world. Let's have a look at the live stream chat. And there is Philipp Scholz. Hallo ihr beiden. Schön, dass ihr eure Stimmen habt. Philipp, good to have you with us. And a big heart. Thank you for all you did for us in Oberhausen. It was really great. We still have to get all the impressions, all the things happen in Oberhausen are still in our hearts. It was really great. Thank you a lot, Philip. And say hello to Carsten and everybody of your team of the TSR Sterkrade. Okay, let's wait for this game.
Bueno, a ver, Colombia, estamos presentes ahí para hacer fuerza por la tierra colombiana. ¿Cómo estamos? Acabo de perder el juego de las pirañas que no pude comentar, pero bueno, en el futuro voy a ver de poder estar en todos los juegos para comentar en español. Los chicos de pirañas me han enviado información del equipo, de Castores también. Hoy a la noche a ver si tengo un reactivo para leer con tanto Mundial y Academy y todo. Todavía estoy tratando de ponerme al día con las cosas de la Champions, pero bueno, tenemos hoy, mañana y pasado, y con la ayuda que estamos teniendo a ver si me pongo al día a leer un poquito más de información para poder comentar un poquito mejor los juegos. A ver, sí, Wolf.
Yes, Lorena.
Lo que dijo Wolf es que bueno, el club de Castores está en uno de los top, por ahí de los favoritos, incluyendo a las chicas de Akaren de Noruega y de las chicas de Duisburg de Alemania. Y bueno, a ver, vamos a ver contra el equipo de Makos en Estados Unidos y ya comenzó el partido. A ver, y Castores en azul recuperó el balón, casi lo pierden ahí, pero vienen en ataque y ya están debajo de la portería de los Estados Unidos. Colombia just got the ball and started an attack in the goalie of
the USA. So USA East Haven Makos in white, and the Castores from Colombia in blue, and the Castores going into the area, into the pool area of the East Haven Makos, and they start to swimming around the basket. Let's see what they have as a new strategy or their gameplay of their attack strategy. But right now the offense of USA is taking hard pressure on the Colombians, and it's not easy for them to break through because there is always a forechecker.
It's on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. But the E7 Makos do a good job in their offensive to keep them aware. Their defense offensive is very fast and very in between, so the Castores don't have a chance to get close to the basket. They do a very good job here, the E7 Makos, to control the game of the Castores, even though they cannot get hold of the ball. So this is very tiring what the E7 Makos are doing here, and this is the plan, I think, of the Castores. Put enough pressure for a long time to finally find the gap and get in between the defense. And here we are, the first time the Castores get closer to the basket, and it's the first goal.
Quería preguntarle, Juan Pablo, you have a 90% juniors this year. This is from the US or this is from Colombia you're talking about? We have a lot of, of Colombians participating in the US, Australia, because they have immigrated there and then they have started a team there. So sometimes I will need your help.
And we go back in the game. It's 2 minutes into the first half. And now E7 Makos try to break through the middle field defense, forechecking defense of the Castores. It's a free throw against the Castores, which makes it even easier for the Makos to go. And now a Mako player stole the basket off the Castores, but she didn't stay long because the ball took too long to get through to her. The forechecking of the Castores is also very heavy. It's comparable to the one we saw from the Makos.
Ya, te estamos diciendo que los medios están haciendo un muy buen trabajo para defender y para mantener el balón alejado. Le pasaba a las chicas de Castores cuando estaban atacando al equipo de los Estados Unidos y le está pasando ahora a los equipos de los Estados Unidos atacando a la portería de Colombia. Está difícil acercarse, entonces realmente no han logrado generar una oportunidad de peligrosa de gol. Han hecho un pase ahí que no ha llegado y ahora están las chicas de Castores haciendo el contraataque de A2. Ya están debajo de la portería de los Estados Unidos y están atacando la media altura, pero bueno, han podido defender las chicas de Makos. Y ahora tenemos tres de las chicas colombianas tratando de acercarse y poder pasar la defensa, pero están ahí todavía las chicas de Makos en la posición y haciéndoles el trabajo difícil. Sin embargo, las chicas de Castores generan bastante presión por un tiempo, pueden construir un par de olas de ataque, lo suficiente para forzar el error, ya lo vimos antes. So I was saying, sorry.
Go ahead, please.
That the girls from Castores are building up wave of attacks, and eventually, Makos are defending very good. They're very disciplined. They're always there, but Castores are creating such a pressure that eventually they're forcing the mistake, like they did in the first goal. However, it looks like Makos recover and is a bit better in positioning and reacting to the attack of Castores. But now we have 1 against 1. She was on the back of the goalie and now we have an open basket. One of the Castores just got the goalie, stole it and could score. Good job. 2-0, 2-0 para Castores. Dijimos desde el principio que era uno de los favoritos, y Juan Pablo is telling us, thank you for all the information you can give us, guys. It was the base of the junior national team. Okay. For the US, okay. So the US have 90% of the team of Makos are juniors, which is amazing. What they're doing.
Okay, yeah, they did a very good job, and you see the Castores have more experience in attacking and keeping the control of the game here, and the Makos are defending very well. You see they are up for it. They have the bite. They have the let's say aggressiveness to go forward and to occupy the Castores. There's a call from the referee from above. It's a free throw against the Makos, and you can see the game of the Castores is there is more push into the defense of the Makos, and the Makos have a really hard time getting out of it and creating their own attack pattern on the field and the basket of the Castores. And now another attack by the Castores, and they come from above, tackled the player from the Makos, tried to tackle the attacker from above, away over the goalkeeper. Second Castores player was above in the basket, but one of the Makos got out of this melee, and she lost the ball in the middle of the field to a Castores player because there was no one that she was in between, and she intercepted the pass.
Yeah, that's
and another attack from Castores. They come in with 3 players, they stole the basket away, and the defender, the goalkeeper, was just overwhelmed by these 3 players getting into the basket around her, all around her, and she didn't know where the ball was, and it was really difficult to defend.
Y gol para las Castoras, el tercer gol. Están haciendo un juego muy bueno contra las chicas de Makos. Las chicas de Makos la verdad que están haciendo una defensa muy buena, pero les está costando salir, y cuando han podido salir, lamentablemente han perdido el pase, así que bueno, se ve que las chicas de Castores son un equipo que tiene más experiencia y están pudiendo dominar el partido, pero la defensa de los Estados Unidos está, o sea, si pensamos que el 90% son juniors, han hacido un trabajo excepcional. No tienen tanta experiencia, son más jóvenes, quizás hasta la fuerza sea un poquito menor, así que están haciendo muy buen trabajo defendiendo. Tenemos de nuevo a las chicas de Castoras sobre la portera. Tratan de venir sobre la esquina cerrada y empiezan a atacar desde arriba y tratan de pasar para abajo. Ahora están tratando de entrar y pasan, el balón viene siempre del lado cerrado, medio cerrado, y tenemos a la defensora en posición, tenemos a la portera en posición, and we have the team of Castores attacking on the right hand side, while the team from Makos is being in position waiting. The girls from Colombia come mainly from the center and on the close side, but eventually they try to go left if they cannot create an opportunity. Now we have the Castora one-on-one. Okay, the defender just got on time and grabbed the ball and is trying to pull up the attacker of the Colombian team. And now they are in the set first, in the cluster, and let's see if they can recover the ball in try to start a counter-attack. I mean, it's been 2-on-2, and we can't see who is having the ball right now. Oh, okay, Castores.
Castores still in ball possession, going in on the basket again of the Makos, and really you see the Makos are struggling to keep up with the Castores, but they do a good job. It's just the Castores come in at one point with a lot of force, or like this in a one-on-one situation from the close side over the head. Didn't work out, but there was a Castores waiting on the open side, and Mako defense player already was lying on top of her to block her. So very well done by the Makos here to get into the game of the Castores, but sometimes they come in with such force they cannot hold up the defense, and here they come again on the open side. A second player, the second wave comes in, and this is so hard for the Makos just to keep this wave after wave away from them. So it's a good game by the Makos, but the Castores are the tougher team. Yeah. It looks like fireworks we have here in the water. These little objects flying through the water, and it's not dirt. It's insulation from the tiles.
Dani, las chicas de Barcelona no ganaron este año, sino que el club de Pirañas está jugando este año la Champions.
And here we are at the basket of the Castores, and the Makos from US try to attack from the close side, and call from the referee.
Vamos a ver.
End of. He was giving the sign of the end of the first half.
Do you know if it's going to be possible to have the microphone in the area of the referees to hear the...
I don't think they have a referee, and we don't hear the horn so far.
No, this is
inside here. We will talk to the to our tech guys, and the time is wrong. Just see.
There. Oh. I found the connection to. We have here an analog.
Mischpult. It's a mixer.
And so, exactly, there is the pool. Hey everybody, thank you for interacting. Lorena, no ganamos porque se tuvo que cancelar. tuvieron que cancelar el torneo y no
Joanna,
pudieron jugar.
hola Joanna,
bueno.
¿Cómo estás?
Pues entonces...
Please, if you are in the live chat, communicate with us. We try to answer as good as we can. Tell us where you're watching from. What is your hometown?
Daniel Rodriguez.
With whom are you watching and with how many people?
They want us to sing the goal when they score. We'll try.
To sing the goal?
We don't want your ears bleeding, so I think that we just
What is the goal song? Do you know it, Lorena?
Well, in Argentina you really yell actually more than sing. It's like,
well,
go!
their ears will explode if we yell in the...
We're gonna have injuries.
I will try to sing the next goal. I'm up for that challenge.
Oh no, you started already. No, wait, go with the Riksu because they are playing here. We have the how you say, the beauty of being able to watch a video of you as many times as we want on that challenge of them. So
wow. Well, actually,
4-0 por Castores, quedan 50 segundos para que comience el segundo tiempo y Castores viene dominando el juego. Son una de las favoritas junto con el equipo alemán y el equipo de Noruega. Y las chicas de Makos son chicas jovencitas, nos estaban informando que, bueno, el 90% del equipo junior. Así que bueno, están haciendo un trabajo excepcional, están defendiendo muy bien, pero bueno, se ve que Castores tiene más experiencia y bueno, están siendo el equipo más dominante.
So we're getting close to the second half and our time schedule, our time display is not right now. We are starting the second half right now, so we have 10 minutes ahead of us. And what we see there is not right, so it's now we have the right 10 minutes left in the second half, and we haven't started yet. And the Castores are leading 4-0 to the East Haven Makos from Colombia against the US.
We have Devin here, and he has a microphone, so he has the power too.
I just wanted to tell you that one of the referees said they really like the caps that the Makos players have because it's very visible with the number, and that's a positive. So maybe we could try to find out where did they get them. And this should be a standard for World Championship.
And here we are back again.
Of the player.
Back again in the game.
I can see them too. We can ask
really
them
good.
if it was Wasabro or it was another brand doing them.
Yeah, maybe someone on the live stream commentary can tell us where they got those caps.
And here we are back in the game, and the Makos try to defend again, but the Castores are in the close end, and here the Makos have the ball, and this is a chance for them to break free into the half, and they do very well here. Two of the Makos are in the field area right in front of the Castores basket. Second and third player come in from the Makos, and they have a good push now, and they're on the close side, and the Castores, the only chance of the Castores now is to tackle them away, and this is the first good chance of the Makos to score here against Castores, and this is was tight and was a good chance, and maybe the Makos just had a good talk in between the two halves, and their coach was telling them, okay, you have to go forward to break through the defense and then go in, and before the Castores can establish their defense here. So this was a good move, and maybe we see a change in the game of the Makos here in the second half.
There's one other interesting point. Although you cannot see above the water here with the live stream, the walls of the pool are quite high. So for women players especially, it takes a lot of physical effort to get out of the pool.
That's true.
But it is permitted for the coaches to give them a hand and pull them out. It's allowed.
Yeah.
And they should be doing that.
Yes.
And the referee even advised, I don't know if he should do this, but he advised them, pull your players out instead of having them linger on the side there for a while.
Gabriel, it's like this for 15 years, and we had the Turkish team some years ago. They were pulling out their players, so it's a common thing. The coaches are allowed, and it's very known because even for some of my players, and we play here regularly, it's difficult to get out here. So there, thanks for the backup. Let's go back in the game.
Apparently some of the Makos girls are 13 years old and they're playing. Thank you so much, Gabriel.
So we have a cluster on the surface here, and the Castores and Makos are fighting on the surface for the ball, and the cluster is pushed in direction of the Castores basket, and it falls down in the hand of a Mako player. And I have to say, in the second half here, the Mako players are very good. be in the game and to.
We have a fatty Cappy now. Yeah.
We get a lot of presents here in the commentator box. So very good game, very good start in the second half, and the Castores are leading 4-0, and we still have 7 minutes to play. It will be difficult for the Makos to catch up here, but nevertheless, everything is possible in 7 minutes, and you only need to make some mistakes, and the Makos are very, very fast. Very fast here to control the ball. And here come the Castores for the first time in the second half now, going in on the basket of the Makos. And maybe this is the turnaround in the second half, because the Castores were a little bit overrun by the Makos here in the first minutes. But they're a very experienced team, and they can catch up and adapt quite easily to the faster and more aggressive play of the Makos. Very well done, Makos. And here we go again. Makos are trying to break through. The one player with the ball was alone. Now they have a nice cascade of players going forward into the half of the Castores. Very well done. Tackled away. Ball is free again on the open side. And now the Makos can establish their attack pattern. They really have a different, faster, more aggressive game in the second half. And this is a good chance. There was almost no defender under the Castores goal. This is another team we see there. Very well done. What do you say, Lorena?
Yeah, it's amazing how they recover and now how they are counter-attacking. So that even the Castores need to be sharp and they cannot relax even a second. If you think they're telling us that some of the girls playing are 13 years old. So really it's an amazing what they are doing. Really, I mean, it is 4-0, right? I mean, the screen just is not showing the score in the second. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a 4-0, and we have
4-0, but
about
now
5
we are in
minutes
the
left.
half. Look, it's a free. Let's see. With the first hold on. We can hear the pull there, I believe.
And I'm sure the Castores pull out a little bit of the game. They're leading 4-0. They don't have to exhaust themselves because they have difficult games ahead against superior teams. But nevertheless, they have to be careful. In the second half, Makos had some really nice chances to get into the basket and almost to score. So this would be a chance on this. Penalty. No, time penalty for.
Timeout. No time penalty. Timeout.
There's a time penalty.
Time penalty. Huh? Okay, time penalty, 2 minutes, sorry, yes. This
we
is all
have
new, okay. We don't know what happened, that's the only thing. If someone from Makos is watching and knows where, I mean, who designed the caps of the girls, I mean, the referees, as Darrell mentioned before, the referees are very happy, and me too, because actually I can really identify them on the water, so, I mean, it's a very good design and maybe a solution for the women, because I know the solution for the men is the jerseys.
The problem why you sometimes don't see the numbers is
because they have
if the straps, the holding straps of the mask interfere with it, and they look at them, they don't have the straps over the numbers.
But it's also the numbers are bigger and more visible and
True.
have a yellow, so you have black
Background.
and yellow, so
True.
it's made extra to be and I was surprised because I was thinking, oh wow, I can see the numbers. I mean, that's really amazing.
It's true.
Anyway.
It's better visibility of this part. So 5 minutes left. So this last half of the second half of the Castores in blue leading 4 against East Haven Makos in white, and it's a 0 for the Makos and a 4 lead for the Castores.
And that means that the Castores are with 5 in water and not with 6, because the time penalty is for blue, right? And then we have Makos attacking with all they have. Now is the chance. She just did a block and pass it up to their attacker. That was a great play. That was the captain of the team. And we have Castores trying to recover. It's less than a minute from the time penalty, and Orcas will play at 2:30 p.m. European time. Now let's see.
So Daniel Rodriguez, you want me to stop talking and only listen to Lorena?
Thank you.
Not gonna happen. Guasabro made the caps. Good to know. We have.
Cool. Yep.
We have Pacho here, so we can ask him about the design.
He also designed our t-shirts this year as well as last year for the crew, the yellow beautiful t-shirts we're all wearing here. Yep.
So Castores going in the attack, and We are already at the Makos basket. 2 players from Castores coming in, and this is really dangerous because we saw in the first half the Castores really know how to score, and they break through the Makos defense. Even though I have to work, they get in, and they are very good in dissolving the defense. And another goal here. There was no goalkeeper, it was too late. So it was an easy game for the Castores. It's a 5-0.
Sí, las chicas de Makos venían defendiendo muy bien, ahí les quedó la portería vacía. Y bueno, las chicas de Castores pudieron hacer otro gol, van 5-0, pero les está costando mucho más. They are taking much longer to score than at the beginning. Así es increíble ver cómo se reorganizó el juego de las chicas de Makos. Sí,
it's almost you see like a different Makos team from the first half. They really adapted their game to the one of the Castores, and a team that is able to change their gameplay so much within 20 minutes. That is really amazing, and I'm impressed by their playing, because in the first half they were overrun by the Castores, but now they take over, and we only saw 3-4 attacks of the Castores in the whole second half, and the Makos are in ball possession and push really hard on the Castores, even though now we see the Castores back again. And the problem is the Castores are very much more able to score here than the Makos, but as we heard in the live chat, the Makos are really young play. They're a really young game. I think a really young team, and they're lacking the experience. Another goal here, so it's 6-0 for the Castores against the East Haven Makos from the US. I guess this outcome is not a surprise, but I'm surprised by the way the Makos changed their game and their aggressiveness in the second half. Amazing. So I think they have something in store here for oh, I have to sing the goal, I forgot. Sorry, I will do the next one. So another attack by the Makos, and it's 1.5 or 1:45 minutes left in the second half, but I think the Makos are able to turn this, not to turn this game around, but to score here, and I can imagine
sing it.
Yeah, but it's too late. I have to wait for the next goal.
Okay.
Totally forgot it, sorry. But that will be the last time you hear me sing, because everybody will tell me to stop. Okay, here this is a chance. One Mako player was one-on-one against Castores.
Wow.
Goalkeeper, but yeah, immediately tackled away by a Castores player. Yeah, and the Castores play the cooler game here with more experience, with more control in between, even though these attacks of the Makos are very dangerous for the basket. And here we go again, another chance. If now the Makos would have had a attacker under the basket, that would have been fire for the goalkeeper of the Castores.
Muy bien las chicas de Makos, como se han podido atacar un poquito más consecuentemente contra las Castoras, y han casi generado un ataque de 1-1, y casi, o sea, fue un poquito peligrosa la situación, donde la chica estaba con el balón, estaba atacando. Ahora tenemos una de las chicas de Makos que ha robado la portería, pero lamentablemente el balón está todavía ahí en la superficie, y está, o sea, todavía no lo tienen en control como para poder haber robado la portería y hacer un gol de esa forma. Pero la verdad es que las Castoras, o sea, no se la están poniendo fácil las chicas de Makos, están haciendo un partidazo, o sea, están jugando muy bien, y más si uno piensa que son tan chiquitas y que no tienen tanta experiencia internacionalmente y en general del rugby.
So this is the end of the game. Castores Castores from Colombia against East Haven Makos from the US, and it's a 6-0